Hi folks, it's Kieran here. Today's video is the last video that I filmed on my recent trip to the House Skatepark in Sheffield. Up until this point, all the videos I put out have been from me skating in their mini ramp room, all transition based stuff, but they also have an amazing street section, whatever, there as well. It's got a really cool back and forth layout with a bunch of different obstacles to hit. I did skate the whole thing, but the footage I've got is only from one tiny little box that they've got sort of stocked away in a corner. It was kind of like, there was a lot more people using that section. It wasn't an easy place to like set up my camera, which wouldn't make it be in the way of anyone else. And, you know, like it's just good etiquette at a skate park. As much as I want to film, I don't want to be like getting in, sticking my tripod in an awkward place, which ruins somebody else's session. So yeah, so all the footage is from this one little box that they've got. I decided I wanted to try a new trick, or start the process of learning a new trick, which is backside crooked grinds. Before that though, just had a little warm up, a few 50-50s, a few 5-0 grinds, just to get myself going and get a feel for the box. So yeah, that was my little handful of warm-up tricks. Super stoked with how the 5-0s were feeling. Hadn't done one of those in absolutely ages. So it was good to get a few down, and they were feeling really good, feeling like really well locked in. I felt like I could really hold them nicely. So yeah, stoked with that, and looking forward to sort of like continuing to progress that trick. Having done those, I kicked off trying the backside crooked grinds. I wasn't under the impression that I would land the trick that day. What I wanted to do was just try and see if I could work out how to lock into it. Because it's a trick that I've like almost got into by accident trying those slides before. It's a trick that I feel like I can do, but it's definitely a trick I don't feel like I understand at all. So yeah, that was the main aim, was just to try and get locked in a little bit. The backside crooked grind, not much success at all. I was able to get into it a couple of times, but yeah, obviously wasn't able to like slide it forward or anything like that. Yeah, it was just a really awkward one. Definitely, I will keep working on it. I really want to get that trick. I still think I'm capable of doing it, but there's obviously a lot more that I need to work out before I get to it. So yeah, it's definitely a weird one. So I want to try it on something that's slightly taller. I've got this weird feeling that if it's close on a taller ledge where I'm more at the apex of my ollie, like I won't have to push so much force, like I won't come down with so much force, which won't force me to topple out. Like I'll be able to like get up and into it a little bit. Probably be proven horribly wrong when I try that, but that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. So yeah, at that point in the session, decided to move on to something else. Decided to give frontside tail slides a crack. I've done these before on a very, very low curb, and I found it weird because the curb was almost too low. Like my wheels were sliding on the floor at the same time as my tail was sliding on the curb. This one was slightly taller, so I figured I'd give this a go. Because I've also tried front tails on a bigger ledge and I can't get up and down onto it. So I figured this one might work as like a happy medium. So yeah, figured I'd give that one a go before I headed home. frontside tail slide. I was able to get into it, but I wasn't able to slide it. I was pleased to find that that size box was kind of like the perfect one for like learning that trick on, because I can get into it, but my wheels weren't touching the floor. Basically, I'd already been skating for 4 hours, way longer than I normally skate for, and the next stage for trying to push that trick further was to do it a little bit quicker, so that when I got in, I did slide. I just wasn't feeling it. I just didn't want to go through the whole rigmarole of doing that day. I figured that I was already completely cooked and nothing good was going to come from that. So yeah, it was good. Pleased to know that I can get into it, and I'll just store that one away for when I come across a similar sort of obstacle, and we can try it again in the future, because I feel like that'd be a really cool trick. It's definitely one I wanted to try for a while, and yeah, I've struggled with it on other size obstacles, so that'd be sick. So yeah, that's all I've got from that session. I worked on 2 tricks. I didn't get either of them. Stoked with what happened with the 5-0s. The whole street course at the House Skatepark in Sheffield is really cool. Obviously, I've only shown you like literally a corner of the room that had a little mani pad box ledge thing in it. So hopefully next time I go, I'm able to get some more footage of the whole street course and get to skate some different bits and bobs, because it's a pretty cool one. So yeah, that box though was absolutely perfect. Like, I think I may try and build a replica of it that will fit in my car. Like, the height of it was just the perfect height for learning tricks on. Like, it wasn't so tall that it's scary and you have to give it maximum effort, but it's tall enough that all of your tricks are physically like a good decent foot off the floor. There's no chance of like wheel rubbing or anything like that. So yeah, that's awesome. Hopefully maybe that'll probably be a summer project. If I can build one that's big enough to fit in my car so that I can take it to the car park with the flat bar, so I can have my own personal skate park in the back of my Honda Civic. So yeah, huge thank you for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. Anyone who's got any tips on backside crooked grinds, frontside tail slides, or any other tricks that you think I should try, please leave it in the comments below. I really appreciate that. If you're planning a trip to the House Skatepark in Sheffield, let me know, because it was a sick park. I'd love to go again. I will be going again. I've already spoke to a couple of you guys, Jonathan Cook and AM Skateboards. I'm going to try and meet up with those guys there at some point, because it's a rad park, and yeah, I'm always down to skate it, so I'll definitely be going back sometime in the future. So yeah, that's all I've got for this video, folks. Huge thank you to everyone for sticking around and watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you next time when we will not be in Sheffield.